hiking the Skjoldunge Trail.
Good day, my friends. My name is Peter, descendant of the Vikings. I try to spend as much time as possible hiking the tranquil trails of Denmark. Gives me a break from the intensity of life in bustling Copenhagen.
Join me today as I try to follow in the tracks of my Viking forebears.
I'll be trekking on the Skjoldunge Trail for about 40 kilometers, and I hope to arrive in the historic town of Roskilde before it gets too late in the day. On the trail, I will chill out in deep beech forests, hike across rolling meadows, and enjoy the sight and feel of nice cool lakes. And with any luck, I'll get to see a few Viking relics as well. It'll be awesome.
Good morning. It's really early. I arrived at the little town of Valsø. The goal for now is just to get out of Valsø and onto the Skjoldunge Trail. So let's get going.
It took me no time at all to get out of town. And as I reached the trailhead, I felt the usual excitement coming on. It would turn out that this trip would be about flowers as much as trees and historic monuments.
As I started hiking down the trail, I would notice so many flowers of late Danish summer. I'm not a huge botanist or anything, but this was a true pleasure.
I've reached the first stretch of woodland that is going to be a large part of today's trek. I better make some haste because I'm planning to be home by dinner, and though it's still quite early in the morning. This is a 30-kilometer hike that I'm doing, and as if that wasn't enough, I'm also going to do a small detour because I've heard there's a raft that I need to try. But otherwise, I'm looking forward to these deep forests. One of the first stops will be a apparently very beautiful lake that you can swim in.
Some people find hiking forest trails monotonous, but I love getting lost in the deep Danish beech woods. Today, however, I got a little bit too lost, so I had to scale a small ravine to get back on the correct trail.
It doesn't get any better than this. I am hiking through quiet, shady woods, and I have them all to myself. Haven't met a soul. Maybe I got up a bit too early this morning because I've already managed to get lost at least twice, a little bit, and it's not like it's a very difficult trail to follow.
Maybe I wouldn't get lost so often if I didn't always have to goof around.
These boardwalks, they just go on and on. It's really, there's so much fun to walk on. They just keep going, winding their way through this boggy ground inside the deep forest. And again, I have it all to myself. It's like no one has discovered this amazing trail. Wow. I don't know if you can see the shade of blue in the background behind the trees. But I'm pretty sure that we're coming up on Avn Lake, Avnsø, and that's going to be one of the highlights of this tour because it's supposed to be really beautiful, but more importantly, it's supposed to be great for swimming. And I am definitely in need of a a little dip.
I don't think I could have found a more beautiful place for taking a swim, but I was also sure it was gonna be freezing cold.
Oh yeah.
All too soon I had to leave the lake behind and get on my way. I needed to reach Roskilde and the morning was wasting away.
I've had an awesome time walking through these forests. It's been great. The lake, the shade, but I think we're about to see a little change because now I've entered a rather amazing looking sunflower field. Look at all those sunflowers behind me. It's frankly an amazing view. It's nice how this trail so far. It's really been a nice mix-up of great views of rolling hills like this, with fields and meadows, and then of course the shade under the trees inside the woods. I had high hopes for the Skjoldunge trail, but it has exceeded my hopes. A hike of this length, and you know there's gonna be some paved road. And I reached a bit of paved road now. Been walking on this for, I don't know, it's only a kilometer or so. So I can't really complain. Also, the view is actually really good. Bye bye paved road. This is the stuff. Oh yes. Grass under my feet. Awesome view of the rolling hills. Thank you very much, Skjoldunge. You've done well by me. Wow. For the last 5 kilometers, the views have alternated between forests like the one I'm in right now, open meadows, grassland. It's been so beautiful that I completely lost myself to the trail, and that is why I do this. And now the Viking theme is real. I've just passed the Land of Legends, the theme park about the Vikings. And look at this marker pole. Carved runic symbols. Awesome.
Soon after, I came on top of a ridge, and suddenly I could see for miles and miles. I was getting some kilometers in, and I was coming up on the little town of Oatlyra. came across an ancient, authentic Viking grave shaped like a ship, made out of ancient stones. Fascinating.
Hi guys! I always seem to meet cows when hiking in Denmark. It's just a sure thing every time. They don't care much about me though. They look awfully relaxed. So the morning hike, which mostly took place inside a deep forest, was great. But this is something else, and I love it too. I'm walking directly on meadows populated by horses and cows. This really feels like just going cross country in what is hardly a trail at all. Well signed though, but no track as such. I have to say, it's a different kind of adventure, but I love it. Look at the scenery, amazing. Wow, just wow. I've come upon a little treasure of nature. Those yellow fruits behind me, they're called moraller in Danish. It's sort of a little plum. I'm not sure what they're called in English, but they should be very tasty. Perfect for a healthy snack. Fantastic.
According to my map, it would only take a small detour for me to find a raft, so I did.
I've found something amazing. It's a ferry across the stream, but I have to pull myself. How cool is that? Bye bye. It's easy going. I'll be fine. That was so awesome. I knew I would be following in the footsteps of the Vikings today, but I hadn't realized that I would even get to sail a bit. So thank you to whoever made this possible. That was so much fun. Looks like for the next little while I'll be walking on the outskirts of a small town. Oh, and there's more cows. Phew! It's been a long trip. It's late in the afternoon and very hot. Luckily, I've just seen a sign that I'm closing in on my target. Out there in the distance, I am pretty sure that is the tower from the great Cathedral of Roskilde. I will take a closer look when I get in there. Only some 5 kilometers left.
Another highlight. The reed marshes outside Roskilde. Fantastic and wild place.
Take a look into the distance. That's an actual Viking ship. Not real Vikings, just tourists, but still. This is the fjord of Roskilde. I'm really tired, exhausted actually. But luckily, just ahead of me is the town of Roskilde and the goal for today, which is Roskilde Cathedral. So almost there. Lovely finish to the trip with this view of the fjord. Yay, I did it! Towering behind me is the Cathedral of Roskilde, which is the goal of today's trip. I need to sit down now, but what a trip it's been. So beautiful, such nice weather. Lucky me. The deep forest was great. The Viking relics was awesome. The bog here at the end with the wooden walkways, that was probably my favorite part of the whole trip. I can't thank enough the people who build and maintain these trails. So awesome job to you guys, and thank you very much, Skjoldunge Trail. Bye!